Stretching for over 1,000 miles along the Pacific coastline of South America, the Atacama Desert is the oldest and driest non-polar desert on the planet. The absolute best place to go to visit this incredible desert is the town of San Pedro de Atacama in the north of Chile. After picking up our truck the day before, we headed out early the next morning and drove through some crazy rock formations just outside of town to arrive at our first destination, the Valle de la Muerte.
What does this place remind you of?
Reminds me of like Fukushima, no?
Yeah.
We had to climb those sand dunes. I remember that was pretty hard and difficult to climb the sand dunes.
At least they've made a nice little path. You don't have to go like straight up the dune like we did in Fukushima.
Oh, look at the view. You know what's worse than hiking a sand dune? Hiking a sand dune at altitude.
Such a crazy landscape. A little bit Cappadocia for sure, with all these rocks formations that you can sort of walk through. And then you've got the dunes here, which remind us of Huacachina and Peru. And then the Andes mountains, volcanoes and everything in the background, which some of them still have a little bit of snow on, which tells you just how high we are. It really is like you're on another planet. You can see why they call it the Mars Valley, as well as the Death Valley, because you wouldn't want to be out here in the middle of the day.
The hike to the Mirador from the car park took us about 10 to 15 minutes, and whilst it was pretty tough on the lungs and the legs, the views of the valley from the top were more than worth the effort.
So we're now in the Valley of the Moon, or Valle de la Luna, and what's immediately noticeable, the difference between this valley and Death Valley we were in this morning, is the amount of salt in this valley. It looks almost like a lunar landscape. The salt is just covering the ground everywhere you look.
We initially drove all the way to the end of the valley, so our first stop was the Tres Marias rock formation. Very short path leads to an interesting looking rock, but if you're short on time, we wouldn't necessarily say it's worth the stop. Our next stop was the Victoria mine, where we could do a short circular trail through the old mine. There's some old machinery to look at, but the main reason to do the hike is for the beautiful views you can get of the salt-encrusted valley in front of you. After the mine, our next stop was by far our favorite and one we would recommend above all others. The Mirador Achachas hike takes you on a there and back trail to some stunning lookout points that offer 360-degree views of the Moon Valley and the mountain range beyond.
This beautiful black dune, beautiful sand, and then all these rock formations, and then the valley down here full of salt, snow-capped mountains, volcanoes.
We decided to skip walking up to the dune due to the amount of people that were up there, and also because we felt like we've got some pretty amazing views of it already from the previous Mirador. End of the day, we drove out of the valley and up to Mirador Carry, which offers panoramic views of the Valle de la Luna and is included in your Moon Valley entry ticket. It's one of the most popular places to watch the sunset, so expect it to be busy, but the golden light playing off the rock formations in the valley below more than makes up for the crowds.